What's up, people? Today I'm going to do a video about ZBCN, the bull case, let's call it, okay? You know how I like covering ZBCN. First of all, seems like my audience specifically, you enjoy videos about ZBCN and not about other ones. And second of all, ZBCN, you know, was a huge trade for me back in May. And when I have this type of huge trade compiled with huge interest on YouTube, I always continue watching that specific coin. Now, you've probably seen multiple videos of me being bullish 1 second, not bearish, but concerned or another. And that's usual for being a trader and an investor, at least if you're a professional and you're open-minded for things. But today I'm going to focus about the bull case because we're in a bull market still. Bitcoin is definitely still in the bull market, still higher high, higher lows, all the classic stuff. So that means crypto still has a way to go. Now, how way? No idea. The future is uncharted. No one knows the future. Okay, no one. And if someone tells you, he's full of BS. Okay, and I just want to share. So this is how it's gonna flow. I'm gonna share the chart because I'm a chartist, I'm a technical analyst, I'm a price action trader, and that's what I usually do for me and my own trades. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to share that ZBCN was a huge trade here. This was the first trade we took on ZBCN all the way up here. I think I made roughly 100% overall because I sell into strengths, I sell increments, and we were live multiple times where it was topping here, me and CM, right, saying that there's a huge chance for a top, and it was. And later on, we were looking at where can we get it. And by the way, remember people asking us on lives, where will be the bottom? Where will be the bottom? And we said that these two areas can be a bottom. Okay, now it was the second line, which was kind of the breakout line, and we got a bottom here, and it seems like that was the bottom. So if anyone bought here, way to go. If it's based on our kind of information and experience, hopefully you share that back somehow. But anyway, this is where we got the real support area. By the way, then we had a trade from this area here. We trade is another beautiful trade, roughly a 70% trade. Yeah, and again, another time when we talked about this fake out potentially being, a fake out and more downside, and it was. We told our members to sell and so on and so forth, right? So look, the reality is this, that you had a peak here that you need to be breaking back in May. You had a low here that seems like it was the low, as I said, was supported back in July. And we have been consolidating, okay? Let's measure this consolidation. We've been consolidating, sorry, I checked the wrong one. This is the one. We've been consolidating for roughly 106 days, so 3 months. By the way, 3 months consolidation is quite a nice consolidation. Now, also, and this is something that I noted back in the past, this is creating a beautiful consolidation called a VCP, okay? A VCP, right? A VCP basically is a volatility contraction pattern. And it looks like, and it's a continuation pattern, right? So moves, it continues the pattern, it doesn't initiate it, okay? So if you have an up move, then a consolidation, the consolidation needs to contract the volatility from one high to one low, just like what's happening here. This is 1, this is 2, potentially you're going to get a 3 here or something, we don't know, something like what we're seeing here, and then a continuation, right? This is the continuation that can happen. Now, I've seen this in so many trades that we took, I'm going to take you to Naka back in 2023, for example. Naka back in 2023 looks very much the same. I see I have all the things already measured because happened multiple times, okay, where you had an up move, then this contraction, volatility breakout, then another one actually, and then it was off to the races eventually, right? So so this is what's probably gearing is in motion right now, okay? The VCP contraction continuation pattern, okay? How long will we continue here? I don't know, okay? But remember, this is the bull case. As a trader, as a financial athlete, that's how I like to call myself, financial athlete. Presumptuous a bit, but why not? we need to have open-minded to all scenarios, okay? Because whether we like it or not, and again, I know some of you trolls are all about, it's only gonna go up, this is inevitable. Well, life is about probabilities, okay? It doesn't matter how loud you roar. You can get hit by lightning. It's all a matter of probabilities. So a down probability can happen. So a move down, and that's why I'm saying can happen. Okay, and you need to be protected. You need to think of risk management. And remember, my videos are all about it's not about financial advice. Okay, it's all about educational purposes, some entertainment. If you like, if you like my humor, that's beautiful. If you don't, it is what it is, right? So, anyways, it's about a bull case. So, how would the bull case look like? So, the bull case will look something like potentially a start or a breakout of this level, which is the 47 level, which, by the way, if I take this and go all the way back here, you can see that we had multiple areas that this was support or resistance. Right now here, it's resistance. Here it was kind of resistance and support, not too much. Here it was resistance for a while, sorry, support for a while. Here was support for a minute. Here definitely was resistance. Here it was resistance, 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 support, resistance, right? So the 47 now, which in past videos I said this is the whole door area, is still the whole door area, just in another sense where actually we need to break out above it, okay? So let me put this back. So this is the line. Now for me, and I know a lot of you wouldn't agree with this exactly, but I actually prefer, somewhat of a continued, sorry, this is not the one I wanted, somewhat of a continued consolidation here, like a pivoting, maybe just a little bit more, and then a breakout, okay? Something like maybe like here, and then if we can actually do another type of maybe a bull flag, and then all the way back here, and then I don't know, a deeper correction, maybe a fake out, and then back down, and then a breakout. I know it's ugly and fugly, but this is how I would assume a good bull case scenario for ZBCN will look like. And in this scenario, you can buy this breakout at the 47 area. I know it's 0047, but just for making it easier for me, I'm just going to say. And then, adding on this potential resistance area, which I'm trying, this is kind of almost pitch perfect, but you can add here, okay? So an area you can add would be here. And then you have another area here where you're kind of maybe initially adding, then waiting, and then definitely potentially adding here. So the beauty of this strategy, remember, I don't wait on coins. I don't sit, with a huge position or with any kind of position usually for long periods of time. I take trades, okay? Why? Because if I can take a trade here, make 100%, go to cash, wait all this down, get back here, make 70%, then go back to cash, wait, and then get back here, add here, and then potentially make 100, 200, 300, 400% later on, that's my MO, okay? It's up to you to decide your personality. And all of you, again, are going to be, oh, it's all about hodling, whatever. Hey, look, I'm tired and I'm done of trying to argue with you about this because for me, it's not a matter of argument. I found what's good for me. If this is not for you, okay, no, this is not a channel for you. Go check another channel, okay? My channel is all about trading in and outs. I can hold for a few hours sometimes, a few days, maximum a couple of weeks. I don't really hold more than a couple of weeks. Maybe 2 weeks is like the most almost. Again, if a trade will continue up and I can be in it, I will still be in it as long as it goes up. But at one point or another, I will get out and I can jump in and out. And again, it's not that time consuming. I know all of you are thinking, oh, you're glued to the screen, you're a day trader. No, I'm not a scalper. I'm a swing trader, right? I'm a momentum trader. I use momentum in my favor to get in when momentum is in, make money, get out, sit on my profits. Then when another opportunity rises, boom, and so on and so forth. Okay, just like now, this is a very momentum, and this is one of the negatives for ZBCN, that we actually have good momentum in the market, but it's not breaking out just yet. But from a negative, which can be short-term negative, can come a positive. If everything breaks out, continues, everyone is making money, and ZBCN is still building as I did over here, taking its time, then the breakout of it is going to be that much stronger because a lot of people are going to be in money. A lot of people are going to try to find more opportunities in the market that have not blasted. And if ZBCN is one of those, bam, 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 then you can get these triple entries. And imagine, even if you put a 5% each entry, all right, 5% here, 5% here, 5% here of your entire capital. Let's say you have 100K. You have 5K here, 5K here, 5K here. That's a 15,000, okay? And then it doubles. You can make a $15,000 on your account, which is 15% of your account in return. And then remember, and this is, I know this is going to be a huge debate about people. Oh, I want to make all my money on one coin. I'm going to be a multi-millionaire. Hey, suit yourself, okay? You want to get lucky. You want to win the lottery. Go do that, okay? I learned from experience that yes, you can get lucky, definitely, but it's not sustainable and it's definitely not repeatable. So if you do get lucky once, usually that means that you will try to repeat it by again going all in on another coin. And usually at one point or another, you get smoked, you get hosed, you get smashed, and you fall down to the ground. And that's not what I wish for you. What I wish for you is to understand that you want to build a lifestyle, you want to build consistency, you want to build something that will, initially make you a little bit of money, hopefully with some luck and make you a lot of money in a short period of time. Okay, again, but with good strategies, with good tactics, and by understanding that if you have made that quite early, it's a lot of luck and you need to fall back, say, you know what, I got lucky in a moment, I won't do bad habits like go all in or trying to be super aggressive or holding coins on the way down or doubling down on the way down. That's not the way to go. Okay, the way to go, good, consistent decisions. Good decisions can yield bad results. Bad results can yield bad decisions can yield good results. And I would double down on good decisions that even if they have bad results every now and then, they will make me consistent over the long run. Now, this is not a video about that. This is a video about ZBCN. So I'm going to get back to the chart of ZBCN and I'm going to just make sure you understand. The bull case, okay, is a breakout, just like what happened here. Some people can argue that there's a trend line here, and there is definitely a trend line here, but I won't wait for it to be breaking to participate. If we do get, something out of this area over here, the 47 area, if we do get somewhat of a potential squeeze, okay, in here, a potential squeeze, and then a breakout of it, I'm going to take it, okay? I'm going to take that breakout even though it's below the trend line. Now, hopefully, this breakout will take me above this trend line and actually kind of retest it a bit from the upper side, creating another opportunity to maybe add over this area. Let's call it the 60 area. And hopefully you can get something later on here above, at roughly the 70, 72s area to add for third position, okay? That's how I view things. This is what I want to happen. I'm looking at areas where there is an interesting support and resistance area with supply and demand, gathering around it. Preferably it's horizontal, so you can see a big influx of, action happening here in the past, knowing that breaking above it can have significance. And that's where the edge is tilted in our favor, okay? When you break out of areas such as this 47 and then potentially out of the 61s, these specific areas, okay, they make the edge being tilted in our favor just a little bit. And that's how, if you make that decision over and over again, that's how you make a lot of money in the markets. Anyway, though I am concerned of ZBCN not moving higher, okay, with the market, okay, because the market is kind of, we've seen things in new highs. BNB, for example, ETH went back to new highs, but back down, and now is gearing to new highs. And a lot of shit coins pumping, mix MYX making it 12x in like 3 days. I want to see some action from ZBCN, but hey, we're having somewhat of a contraction. At least we're having higher lows. Okay, this is very interesting, very important. And we're having contraction in volatility. Each wave is getting smaller, potentially this being almost the last wave here, and now a potential break above it, and then we don't know what will happen exactly. Hopefully something like I'm describing, but that's what I'm seeing here. Or that's what the bull case will look like for me. What will the bear case look? Just really quick, just for risk management. If we go below this area here and definitely below this area here and something like this, of course, that won't be good, okay? So risk management always, it has a part in my mind that says, hey, always be cognizant about what is the downside. Because if you know what they say in boxing, and I like to box, like boxing, just for fun, not for any type of violence, just for I like the activity. Okay, so it's the shot that you don't see coming that knocks you out, not necessarily the one that was the strongest hit. It's the one that you don't see coming, even if it's kind of weak. But if you don't see it coming, it surprises you. Boom. So we don't want to be surprised. Okay, we want to have risk management in mind. This is my take on ZBCN. Okay, that's how I'm going to play it, at least me and my membership. And if you want more, right, if you want to join, definitely come and check this out. If you have more than 6 figures in your account, you definitely want to check the Elite VIP, because this is for you, where I take you, me and Sam will take you hand by hand. You have a private group, weekly calls, whatever, everything would just, this is for the people that have quite a substantial amount of money and they need help not messing it up. Okay, and of course making money. Now also you can come join a regular VIP, which has a lot of content, a lot of value also. Whatever suits you. Okay, we have even lower tiers. Just come check us out. Okay, the truth is that we're consistent. We are helping our members improve as traders, as financial athletes, and making money over time. Come check it out. If it's for you, beautiful. If it's not for you, it's perfectly fine also. I salute you either way. If you liked my content and you like what I had to say, consider smashing that like button, subscribing to my channel, because you know what? I'm trying to get this message out to as many people as possible. My belief system, I want to get it out there. And it's almost the end of the video now. So, the murder of Charlie Kirk, and I'm not American, by the way, and I don't live in the States, but I did watch his videos quite a bit. And what struck me with him is not that everything that he said was pitch perfect, right? Or that everyone agrees with everything. It's like supreme truth. No. But he had integrity, I feel like, and he had a moral compass. And that moral compass is missing in our world. And I don't know, I want to be a better moral compass in crypto, and for people to understand, what it takes actually to succeed. Some of you are going to still continue call me a snake or a salesperson for some reason, probably because I sell my membership, which is just a job. Okay, it's just a job. I already do trading and I like being a coach, so I'm doing it. And everyone enjoys making a little bit more money for themselves, because that's how we get incentivized. That's how we do things in life. That's how capitalism, the good capitalism, works. You're incentivized to give value. That value gives other people proceeds. They have a better living because of that. They can do their own thing. It's a cycle. It's a great cycle. And instead, the other way around is to be bad and scammy and call people in names, and that's a vicious cycle of negativity. I don't want to participate in that. I want to participate in integrity, moral compass, and I want to side with the good in this world. So thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Till next time. No edge, no trade. Cheers.